Aloha, I'm Annie Elison, and this is your July 2025 real estate market update for Kauai. What's going on in the Kauai real estate market? As we've experienced through the last few months, inventory has been growing. That's true again this month. I only include certain properties, or I exclude certain properties. So what's included in my monthly market updates are fee simple properties, and if it's a house or a condo, it needs to have at least one bedroom. What doesn't have one bedroom? Well, we do sell condos on Kauai that are just a hotel room, and so it's not considered a bedroom, it's just considered a room. I'm not including any hotel rooms, and I'm not including anything that's leasehold, like Kiahuna Plantation, right? Because I think they skew the market data for almost all buyers and sellers. Now, if you're one of those buyers and sellers, you want to get some information on them, please reach out to me and let me know. I'd be happy to maybe do a segment on them in my next Kauai real estate market update. But for now, they're going to be fee simple. They're going to have at least one bedroom if they have a structure on them. And there is one new build subdivision in Kauai that I exclude because it's a new build. They have tons of pending properties and nothing has closed in about a year and a half. So that also skews the market, so I exclude those as well. So these are fee simple properties that haven't been pending for 6+ months. And in that category, we have a total this month of 453 active listings. These are homes, condos, and parcels of land. Now, how does that break up? We have 196 single family homes. We have 149 condos and 109 parcels of land. Right, so inventory is growing. Land generally takes longer to sell. They have less attractive financing options, and you have to put a lot of work and energy into land. So it's not for everyone. So we have 453 properties on the market for sale, and we currently have 103 pending. So that's not a terrible market. You know, you hear about things like these markets in Florida that, you know, where the values have dropped like 30%, and you're like, wow, is it 2008? It's not. It's 2025, and it really depends on what segment of the market you're looking at. But 103 pending out of 153 active, that's not a bad market. We have 68 single family homes that are pending, 24 condos, and 9 parcels of land. Now the land, 109 active to 9 pending, that's just a sort of land. Land is like that. The condo market is currently the slowest market on Kauai. In the last year, the real estate taxes on Kauai have gone up, especially for people that own short-term vacation rentals. And 95% of condos on Kauai have short-term rental rights, right? So they can be used that way. And I'd say probably 90% or more are used as short-term rentals, right? So their taxes really went up. On top of that, because of the Maui fires and insurance in Hawaii, the insurance dropped. So a lot of the HOA fees also jumped. So condos have become more expensive for people. Condo owners are making less money, and so we have more sellers, and because of these elevated fees, they're a little less attractive to buyers. What sold last month? Well, last month we sold 68 properties, condos, homes, and land. 42 of the 68 were single family homes, 19 were condos, and 7 were parcels of land. So when you just look at the condo market, we have 149 active and we sold 19, right? That's a big disparity. In between those, remember, sold numbers are a little delayed because we generally have 45 to 60 day closes. So this is a snapshot of the market really like a month to a month and a half ago, maybe even 2 months ago, but let's say a month to a month and a half. But we have 24 pending right now, right? So, and that number could go up, and it is up from 19. People are showing condos. I have condos listed. I'm definitely showing them. We definitely have people that are interested. And I have one condo in escrow. I'm I have a couple houses too, but one of those 24 is my listing. And this is an active buyer, knows the market extremely well. And there are good deals to be had in the condo market on Kauai. What sold for under $600,000? Well, we had some. We had one home in Keikaha that sold for less than $600,000, a Plantation Hale, a Prince Kuhio, a Banyan Harbor condo, and a Halani Villas condo. Plantation Hale, Prince Kuhio, and Banyan Harbor, those have short-term rental rights. Right now, some people do live in them, but they're largely vacation rentals. Halani Villas or Halani Villages, those are primary residences. They do not have short-term rental rights. So that's someone who's going to live in it or long-term rent it. So we had 5 properties, fee simple with 1 bedroom, sell for under $600,000. So that's great. Now, Plantation Hale are the least expensive in here. And they're hovering between $400 and $450 right now, depending on the views and the location and condition. But sometimes what's a little more exciting than the lowest point is what are the highs? We're not in a bad market. It's a pretty even market, right? It's not totally a buyer's market. It's not totally a seller's market, maybe except for in the condo arena. Our high end is doing very well. And we had 4 properties over $5 million sell last month, and 3 of them significantly over, right? What's interesting about this is 3 of them were in Kukui'ula, which, as you know, I like to call Kukui'ula. It's very nice. The amenities are off the charts. It's an incredible subdivision. And it's part of an opportunity zone as well. And there was a 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom that sold for $6.225 million. There was a 5-bedroom, 5-bathroom that sold for $7.25 million within Kukui'ula. And then there was a 5-bedroom, 5-bathroom in the exclusive Kula Makai area of Kukui'ula. Now this is the most expensive part of Kukui'ula. They market it as oceanfront properties. It's not technically oceanfront because there is a road between these properties and the ocean. Now it's lower, the topography is lower, so you generally don't see any cars, and it's a dead-end road, so there's not a lot of through traffic. And the views, because it's kind of up on a bluff, are spectacular, right? So the Kula Makai property that sold for $16.7 million, right? So a tremendous property with incredible views in the most exclusive neighborhood within Kukui'ula. Not a bad month for Kukui'ula. Now, there was one other property that sold, in the very high end, and it sold for $11 million. Can you guess where it was? Well, it was on Kauai. Now, if you've been watching my videos, you've probably heard of Kauai before. Kauai is a road in Kilauea. The homes on the Makai side of the street are all above Secret Beach. It is the most exclusive and most expensive part of Kauai where you can buy. And this property for $11 million is really almost a tear down. If not, it's a major remodel. Now there's nothing super wrong with the house. You could move, it does have a house that you could move into. But one of the things that is so special about Kauai is on the right properties, you have, because of where it's located on the island, you have sunrise and sunset views. And this lot is, the lot that this house is on is probably the best lot on Kauai. I mean, the views from it are just spectacular. And here's a video. you can see, all the way to Bali High. And it's just so incredible. And when you're inside the house, there's a big fireplace blocking your Bali High views. That's terrible. But someone bought it. It was going to be sold by concierge auction, which is not a financially distressed auction, but sometimes an auction company that high-end sellers decide to use to create an immediacy in the selling of a property. They had it listed, but they received an offer before the auction started, and they decided to go ahead and close with that offer. And that offer was for $11 million. It was basically just an offer on the land itself. It was a land value offer. Highest price sold in Kauai in the most exclusive neighborhood was $16.7 million. And for basically a lot on Kauai, you're paying 11, right? So both of these are very expensive areas and they're both incredible. They're just different. So it depends on what you want. And if you were to compare the two, Kauai, you're in a club, it's in a golf course community. You have the most amazing amenities of any luxury community in the state of Hawaii. Well, Kauai, you're not in a club, but it's for people who don't want or need to be in a club. And you have your own incredible property with the most incredible views. You shouldn't see any of your neighbors if your house is designed correctly and your landscaping is also, with the thought of landscaping. So you have privacy, exclusivity, and you're on the North Shore of Kauai, right? So those are some of the differences between the two. What did I do the last month? Well, I sold 2 homes, and I currently have 1 condo and 2 homes pending. If you're looking for a great realtor to work with on Kauai, I'd love to talk. You can reach out to me by messaging me below, or you can contact me by phone or email as well. I don't know much about the big, beautiful bill that has just passed. And by not much, I mean really very little, which is terrible. Shame on me. But I do know that some of my most savvy buyers are very happy that the accelerated depreciation for real estate that Trump had enacted has been extended. And it is a reason that people are buying in this market, right? So if depreciation is something that can help, if you're one of these people that, you don't have enough write-offs or you need some, you might want to think about real estate as a depreciating asset for your taxes. As a realtor, I'm actually not allowed to give you any tax advice, so you want to reach out to your CPA or try asking ChatGPT. I'm probably not supposed to give you that piece of advice either. Talk to a CPA, see what they tell you, and if you'd like to talk about it more, give me a call. I don't know much about the big, beautiful bill, but I do know it's a big, beautiful day on Kauai. If you haven't already, please hit the like button, subscribe, and hit notifications.